everyone, welcome to this update video. I really do hope that you are doing amazing today. So we're going to be taking a look at what is going on across the North Atlantic Basin. And we are 77 days out from the official start of the Atlantic hurricane season, which is the 1st of June. But just before I go into the details in regards to the weather activity in this video, this is the first video I'm posting since Thursday when I told you guys about the lunar eclipse that would be happening between very late Thursday night and very early Friday morning. And I just want to share my capture of the eclipse. Now, it was very cloudy across much of Jamaica, but fortunately, just when totality happened, I got a chance to actually see some very clear skies, and I captured that lunar eclipse. A very beautiful sight to behold. It doesn't matter how many times I've seen lunar eclipses, they always amaze me. And the next one that we should see would be March 3rd of 2026. That's next year. And of course, at that time, we'll talk more about it, and hopefully there's better luck in terms of the weather. But I just wanted to share that capture with you. And you can let me know in the comments if you were able to actually see the eclipse or even a part of it, especially very early Friday morning when most of the action happened with that eclipse. So you can let me know. But as we take a look at this graphic here of the infrared weather satellite, there's quite a bit of action going on right now in parts of the state. We see all these white dots, and those white dots are indicative of lightning strikes. So we kind of have an idea of where we have those thunderstorms taking place. And there has been a severe weather outbreak in parts of the state that has unfortunately claimed over 30 lives. So it is a very unfortunate situation. Very heartbreaking indeed, and my thoughts and prayers are with all of those affected by the severe weather outbreak. Now, there is an associated frontal system, so it is going to weaken, but it may help to influence the weather across parts of the Caribbean later this week, which I'll talk about at that time. In addition to that, we also see a lot of these white dots and colors popping up across parts of Northern South America, indicating that there is some action there as well. So we've got some afternoon showers and thunderstorms in parts of Colombia, Venezuela, the Guyanas as well. And if we should look well to the northeast of the Lesser Antilles, look at that cluster of action right there. Now, this is the same airflow pressure that I had mentioned a few days ago. If you saw those updates videos, where models were even suggesting that, hey, we could see something try to become of this, but as I highlighted, there wasn't much of a chance of us actually seeing, something tropical become of it. And it is the same thing right now. So it is a non-tropical area of low pressure. So low pressure areas typically accompany unstable weather. A lot of rising air motion will help, which helps out to generate a lot of those clouds and thunderstorms. So that's what we have going on right now. And then as we zoom into the Caribbean region here, we can see that there's not much color. We don't have much instability right now. However, that's going to be changing, especially as we head to next month in April and especially May. And then, of course, in June, the hurricane season officially starts. We'll get those tropical waves approaching, which will help out to enhance the shower and thunderstorm activity across the basin. But as of right now, we've got some cloud clusters noted in sections of Cuba, Jamaica, Hispaniola, and those are actually influencing some rain for said areas this afternoon. So there's a bit of shower activity. Not a whole lot, though, not on a very wide scale, but some areas are definitely getting some downpours. Across many others, it is dry, it is calm, it is sunny. Perfect day to go to the beach. And as we look closer at this area of this developing trough to the northeast of the Lesser Antilles, we can see that it is very much disorganized. So there's a very, very low probability of it acquiring enough tropical characteristics to be classified as a tropical or even subtropical system. There's no official word in terms of that from the National Hurricane Center, but of course it's never 0%, so I'll keep my eyes on it. Those models are definitely hinting though at the airflow pressure eventually getting a bit more consolidated, but we'll see what happens over the course of the next few days. The good thing, this is well offshore. And as I speak about that as well, being offshore, let's look at the rainfall forecast for the next day or so. And here we're taking a look at what the Euro model is forecasting. So more color means more rain expected. So across parts of Florida, the northern Bahamas, Cuba, the Cayman Islands, Jamaica, a few spots in southern Hispaniola as well, and towards Mexico, Belize, Guatemala, there could be some downpours across some areas. Of course, that's ongoing for some places right now this afternoon. Even as we head down to parts of southern Central America, Panama, Costa Rica, there could be a few showers loitering by. And then as we head towards the ABC Islands, not as much action there. Could see a few showers pop up in the vicinity of Puerto Rico, the Virgin Islands, and through sections of the Lesser Antilles, especially the Windward Islands around Martinique southward through the Grenadines thereabout. And then for northern South America, lots of colors down there. So well over an inch, maybe up to 2 inches of rain in isolated spots in Colombia and Venezuela. Guyana may also be active, maybe up to an inch of rain or so, and a couple passing showers and thunderstorms for French Guiana as well as Suriname. Now, as we take a look out into the Atlantic, again, lots of colors there associated with that trough. So there's going to be a lot of rain, but that's going to be offshore. We can see those pink shadings and even that whitish color popping up as well. Rainfall amounts probably exceeding 5, going up to 6 inches over the next day, maybe less than that, but it's going to be very active well offshore. And then, of course, for much of the Bahamas, Turks and Caicos, it is going to be on the sunny side, much not going on at all within the area. So that's what we have happening right now, guys. And even as we look at the surface chart here, we can see that broken orange line, which is representative of a trough. So that's a symbol for a surface trough. Another one is to the east of the Bahamas and a bit to the northeast of the Turks and Caicos Islands. Nothing significant going on with that one there, but it is there. And in terms of the hurricane season, as we look at the sea surface temperature map, because of course ocean surface temperatures is one of the greatest factors which help to influence or support tropical cyclone development. Of course, things are warming up in the Caribbean, especially the Western Caribbean. We can see some of those 28 and even 29 degrees Celsius isotherms. But of course, it is more than just warm waters. It is a main contributing factor, but it's not the only factor. It's not the only parameter that we want to look at when it comes on to development. But of course, it's not really the time of year that we want to focus so much on development, because March is typically quiet. As I've reiterated in multiple videos before, there's only been one recorded storm in the month of March, and it was a Category 2 hurricane back in 1908, I believe. So yeah, that's what I wanted to bring to your attention, guys. And in terms of the hurricane season, for last year, 2024, of course, there were a couple of destructive storms and very strong hurricanes as well. We had Beryl early in the season, we had Helene, we had Milton, and those three names, I think, will likely be retired from last year hurricane season. So how things work is the names that are provided for each hurricane season are 6 lists. Now, in the case where a hurricane was very strong and powerful or just destructive, then there may be calls for that name to be retired and replaced with another of the same initial and gender. And thus, in terms of retirement, that name would never be used again in the Atlantic basin to name a storm. So there's going to be a meeting at the end of this month to early next month, I believe. And I really think that in terms of last hurricane season, the names Milton, Helene, and Beryl will be retired. We'll see if there's going to be any other, but based on the destruction that was caused and also the intensity of those major hurricanes, it is pretty likely. But guys, I'll keep you posted as per usual though. And that is essentially what I wanted to bring to your attention in this update video. And I do hope you found it to be informative. But if you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comments. I'll get to you when I can. And remember to always be weatherwise.